Most of us would agree that we all have beautiful brains. Each one is unique in itself. Mine, particularly, does not agree with Walmart, especially during the holiday season. I cannot tell you the number of times that I've walked into a Walmart or a Target to get one, maybe two things, and end up having a panic attack in the middle of an aisle. I'm just surprised I haven't ended up on the People of Walmart website yet. About a year and a half ago, I didn't have a way to describe these bizarre thoughts, feelings, emotions, the intangible things in life. That's when I hit one of the darkest points of my life thus far. Like most people, I have my good days and I have my bad days. Sometimes my good days are so good that I get everything done, and then I stay up for another day and get it all done, plus more. It all ends up becoming a blur based on the little to no sleep I get on those good days. They end up becoming destructive. On the bad days, I'll stay in bed for maybe a week, miss school, miss classes, argue with my friends and family, scare people away. So really bad days. My senior year of high school wasn't easy. I had a point where, for several months, I was just angry, I was upset, I was frustrated, I was scaring the people around me, I scared away friends, I scared my loved ones. It got to the point where even I was asked to stay home from school when the school psychologist wasn't going to be there because they thought I was unpredictable. It got to the point where I would come home, argue with friends, family, go to bed, lay in bed, think of all the different ways to end it all, look through the medicine cabinet, learn how to tie a hangman's knot, you name it, I was done. I felt lonely. I felt like I didn't belong. I felt like I had no one. Until I realized that I did. I had an amazing math teacher who, every afternoon, I would go and I'd write countless equations because you always got an answer, and just talk about the little things in life, eventually leading to the dark, scary things that my mind was going through. She always listened. She never gave advice unless I asked for it. That's the difference that can save someone's life. Another person who was there was my mom. She was always there when times got tough. She's still there when times are tough. She made all the doctor's appointments. She called psychiatrist after psychiatrist just to try to get an appointment. Another person, and the last person who was there, was Dr. Aponte. She was my bioethics teacher. I went and I sat down in her office one day and I just told her, I'm done. I'm not happy. I don't want to be here. And she looked at me and she said something that changed my life. You are the only person in control of your happiness. Now think about that for a second. What in life can you control? You can't control how people are going to react when you tell them something. You can't control if you get hit by a bus tomorrow, unless you drive in front of the bus, of course. But that's besides the point. There are very few things in life that we can control, and happiness is one of them. Yes, depression and anxiety are going to come and go throughout everyone's lives. Mental illnesses are imbalances of chemicals within the brain, and those are out of our control. Even some medications can't treat it. But what can help is your approach to these issues. A positive outlook on how to tackle these and seeing a hopeful future is all the difference. You know what they say? When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. But how can you make lemonade out of just lemons? You just get lemon juice. It's sour, it's bitter, you don't want it. You need sugar and water. The sweetness of life and water, the things that are natural and crucial to sustainability. For me, the sugar was the love and support of those around me. I had people that sat down and just listened. You don't have to be a psychologist. You don't have to have a degree. You just have to have an open ear. Someone to listen. Sometimes the advice we try to give people isn't going to help. Sometimes you don't want to hear advice. You just want to let it all out. You don't need to hire a professional to do that. That's what friends are for. That's what family is for. Half the population are introverts. That means that we are uncomfortable being vulnerable to those around us. That's why we feel lonely. So to have someone to sit there that we can be truthful with makes all the difference. It saved my life. The water for me, I continued in my religion. I was brought up in a good Christian home, and I always went to church when we went, Christmas Eve, Easter Sunday. But it wasn't until college that I found a group of like-minded individuals who struggled through life together. We believe in a higher power that created us for good, that each and every single one of us have a purpose. I don't know if that's real. I don't know if heaven's real. I don't know if hell is real. But I do know by having a group of like-minded individuals believing in a moral compass of ways to live out our lives, we can live a very heavenly life where it's peaceful and full of happiness, or you can choose to live a living hell. So, how can we combat these issues? Mental health, people think sometimes, is people with a weakness. I thought that. I didn't want to accept that I needed help at first. Once I did, it changed everything. Mental health issues aren't fake. They're very real. 1 in 5 American adults each and every year is diagnosed with a serious mental health condition. 1 in 4 of 16 to 24-year-olds have been diagnosed with clinical depression. That is 1 out of every 4 of the people that I walk through this campus with every day. To think that 1 in 4 people around me have been in that place where they've considered taking their lives is absolutely heartbreaking. So what is our duty as a society? Well, first, we need to have people that are willing to listen. Like I said, you don't need a degree. You just need a heart and 2 ears. Just sit there and be there for someone when they need you. The second thing we can do is once somebody has trusted you with these feelings, with these thoughts, what's going on, guide them to the correct professionals so they can get help. I don't want to undermine step number 1. For psychiatrists in this area, there's like a minimum wait of 3 months to get in as a new patient. For me, I thought I was going to die in the next week. Please take step number 1 of listening to those around you extremely seriously. Step number 2 comes when someone has accepted that there are issues in their lives and they want help. And step number 3 is for each and every single person in this room. Know that your happiness is something you can only control. No one out there is responsible for your happiness. Like Dr. Aponte said, you are the only one in control of your happiness. Thank you.